ahead and give those back to them.
Alright. I will.
I don't like playing scales because I don't like finding the line that wins, and there's always a line that just kills you on the spot. Yeah, it's very annoying. And you got to think like, oh, if they have this card in your hand, I'm just dead. Oh, but if they could have this card in their hand, which means I'm dead in one turn.
As someone that plays scales, that instantly kills you line is not there as nearly as often as people think it is. You gotta work for it a little.
Animation module.
Great card. Especially in these Jund matchups where they're just trying to pick off things one at a time. If you can just keep making 1/1/1 servos over and over and over, they have a hard time dealing with that. Oh no, this is a foreign animation module.
I don't know why you would ever register. I don't know why you would ever register a foreign animation module. There's so much text.
Look at
on
him
that
pointing.
card.
Like, what are all these words? I'll just run out my not foreign ones. Like, this is what this card says. He's telling a story about one time when he played against animation module.
Is it just me or are Gen players keeping one landers a lot more lately because of Ren?
I mean, it still seems bad if you don't have Ren in your opener to make that plan work.
Yeah. And even if you're keeping a one lander, like if it's not a fetch and you have Ren, it still seems pretty sketchy.
I guess that doesn't really answer the question, though. Haven't noticed it, really. I think here he was just like, I have 3, now 4 hand-eating spells. I can get there eventually.
Yeah, that's probably all that's going on here.
But looks like these hand-eating spells are just going to... Oh, what's he got here?
Another one.
The other Arcbound worker?
Yep.
All right, that's fine.
Take that away.
Still no lands? Rough guy. Sure.
Metallic Mimic.
He's probably going to hope to get on the servo plan here shortly. Yep. Plays a land next turn. Gets to just start going bananas. Fatal Push is good. Just says no. I'm not doing this right now.
Yep, that shuts down that plan entirely.
That's a good plan to shut down.
Yeah, now Corey's left with not a whole lot. Just a bunch of lands.
We're going to start proliferating this.
Yeah, we're going to start going for
Oh, he's got a better plan, actually.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty nice top deck.
We're going to make a bunch of boys.
Seen a lot of Jund online on stream at my LGS stuck on 1 over the past month, and I don't get it. I don't seem to recall that happening much on our stream.
If all goes well, Corey wins next turn?
Still no second land.
No.
And yeah, it looks like this is
If he just taps out, I haven't done the math yet, but it looks good. Animates, makes a 2/2. Yeah, that's probably.
No, it's not. It's not quite enough.
Not quite 10.
No, because he has two citadels, and then he has the servo, so that's 3.
Plus
and
this
then
turn
a module is 4. And then he gets the extra one from the worker, so that's 5, 6.
3.
And then he can only get up to 7 counters, so he can't kill it in 1. But I've been upset with you for having stretch videos, but I haven't been around for your stream lately. You could have.
That's the way she goes.
Did you ever leave a YouTube comment on one of them? I sometimes will read them. We haven't been super good about paying attention to that. There's a chance we might have caught it if you had made a comment. All right, so he's going to take... I don't remember, honestly. Okay.
1 poison bit. Still no
3.
second land. No hand to cast Inquisition into.
I got to figure out the... Alt 232. Okay. There he is, one poison.
Ah, yes. I'm a big fan of this symbol that we use here. This is good. This is
I'll move it over a little bit more.
all about it. Did you have to Google it to input it?
I had to Google the alt code.
Oh,
You guys weren't the only ones to have it like that.
can't imagine.
Yeah.
Still love it. There you go.
I really wish I had time to make a more professional looking overlay for this. I just really don't.
Maybe I'll just kill you the normal way. He just scoops it up. All right. Seen enough of it.
Yeah, I mean,
This is fine. Yeah, right?
the thing is, like, if he ever found a second land, like within the first couple turns, he might have had a reasonable shot there. But
Yeah, his hand was a bunch of Tarmogoyfs. It was, a Lily. The Tarmogoyfs are the big out, especially if you have that many discard spells. But
because like Corey stumbled a bit there, he eventually got back into it. But
yeah, apparently Arcbound Ravager is a super good card that can sometimes just, get you into games.
all right, let's see what we got here. So,
Fulminator Mage.
yeah, mostly going to be looking at what Chris wants.
Collector Oof seems pretty good.
Collector Oof is your bomb card here.
Damnation also very good. Not in multiples. Though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know what the opinion is on ley lines. They do shut off your modular triggers.
as well as Hangerback Walker, but it's just like
It
can be played around.
Yeah, it's not game ending. is the
Collector
problem.
Oof without an answer, game ending.
Yeah, in a lot of situations, Leyland and Avoid is game ending against other decks if not answered. But in this case, it's not. So that might be reason enough not to bring it in, especially because I don't think you have that many cards to board out in
Yeah.
this matchup.
I would say on Corey's side, I'm a big fan of the Dismember. You have to know there's Collector Oof on the other side of that table.
And that's like your one answer to it.
Relic of Progenitus is pretty good, actually. As it keeps Tarmogoyf small, and a Tarmogoyf small, you just don't care. And then, I don't know.
Assassin's Trophy is also reasonable.
Yeah, Assassin's Trophy is pretty good because you can get the...
What? No, I usually don't turn that on because what'll happen is it'll blow air into this, and then they'll hear a weird sound on the stream. Yeah, I've had it over in that corner before and pointed at us, and it just like messes with the microphone. Yeah. No, because if we leave it open, they can hear us.
It's not that bad, though.
Having Trophy as a catch-all is really nice.
It is.
That's a recent adjustment Corey's made to this deck, because he's just put a bunch of Blooming Marshes in it, and
Yep,
now he has black
trade
mana.
Peat lands, yeah.
Yeah. So, access to Trophy instead of just playing 4 claims is really nice.
I agree. I would be a bigger fan of more Dismembers, because almost every deck that has Collector Oof has 2 of them. And Collector Oof on the battlefield means your Walking Ballista is useless. So you definitely want to,
It's not useless. It's a 2-mana 1/1, sir. It has 1 power and 1 toughness. That is far from useless.
I mean, in this deck, it could be a 2-mana 2/2. Shazam.
Yeah, that's true.
They got it.
I still need to adjust all these scenes with the new camera position. That's fine. I can do that later. I wonder if he's tried the black-green snake that adds an extra counter.
It's not that good.
I think he was talking about it.
It's not that good. If that's your plan, you need your deck turns into green-black mid-range with Snake and Scales, and you just combo kill into Walking Ballista. There's a guy called the Servant of the Scale. He has more graft counters, and you just make, like, when you play Ballista, you just make it huge that turn. You graft over 1,000,000 times, and then kill your opponent.
The snake is interesting, but like if you look at one of these Hardened Scales lists, I'm not really sure what you would take out to make room for it.
You would make a whole new deck that's green-black mid-range,
Yeah.
focusing on making a combo Walking Ballista kill. The only reason I know this is the backstory to me playing Scales is like several months before the deck even came into inception is its current iteration. I had a buddy of mine named Steve, and he was doing the snake thing, and he would just play green-black mid-range, play a snake, make a big ballista kill you. And then 6 months later, they were like, yeah, modulars are a lot better with hardened scales than graphed counters.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got an oof in hand and a second land. Let's hope Corey has an answer, or else this game's probably over.
Turn 1 scales.
My deck is called Hardened Scales, so I will play Hardened Scales.
All right, we have a second land this time.
You just slam oof? I would just slam oof. It just seems so good.
Yeah, I mean, there's no baiting going on here, right? You're not going to bait any removal spell.
Yeah.
Corey's not going to waste a removal spell on anything other than Collector Oof here, so you might as well just run it out.
I thought the stream froze. Chris is just sitting extremely still.
Mm-hmm.
I looked over, and you can just see Corey bouncing. I'm like, all right, it's not a frozen screen. Chris is a gargoyle. I don't see a dismember.
He's thinking real hard about what shock land to get here.
I think he just realized most of his hand is green and red cards.
It's got to just be Overgrown Tomb, right? I guess he wants a second red source.
What are we talking about?
I'm not sure.
Get to the Blood Crypt.
Story time. Yep. Yeah, my favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite when I sit down to play Magic and like halfway through the game my opponent just tells me a story while there's a timer ticking in the background.
Alrighty. Well, this Collector Oof reads your deck. I know, because I played this deck, and Collector Oof says that. You are absolutely correct, Cute Bunny. Once upon a time, there was a person. They died. At the end.
Yeah, I mean, now John just kind of gets to curve out while shutting down everything Hardened Scales is doing.
So I guess my question is, so Corey has lands in his hand. They're just all Darksteel Citadels.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're still supposed to play them. You can't just not play lands.
I guess. Yeah, I don't really see the upside to holding them.
I guess you could have more fodder for Lily.
Maybe.
Like all these cards physically do nothing, but now you're also a land behind.
Yep. Okay. So he's kind of in trouble here. Tarmogoyf has one card type in the graveyard, by the way. This Tarmogoyf cannot attack in right now. Fetches down to 16. Probably going to see a Bloodbraid Elf here.
Into Lily, make you sack a creature.
That'd be very strong. That would probably end the game. Not that it's not already over, but that would
it would be rough.
That would grow Tarmogoyf by 2 card types too.
Yeah, artifact creature.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a really good percentage play. I think his other opportunity here is Seasoned Pyromancer, and that's the Bloodbraid Elf.
Yep. Trophy.
Just as good.
That's fine.
That's fine. Doing the same thing.
You hit scales,
and it gets you an
probably.
instant in the graveyard as well. So you get to do all the things.
I think you hit scales. Gives you 2 more card types. You can swing in with Goyf. And I guess Bloodbraid Elf, because like if he trades, who cares? if you really just want to push damage through and end this as quickly as possible, maybe you want to kill the worker.
Decides to just not cast it.
What?
Well, then Corey can get another land, and then he can do maybe something else.
Sure.
But, all right, well, if you're just going to eat it, I guess it really doesn't matter. What is that card? Oh, it's the Vivian.
I'm not really sure what that comment's supposed to mean.
It means that it's Christopher's mother speaking, and it's past his bedtime. He has to go home and go to bed.
Right. I don't know how I didn't know that. Second Bloodbraid Elf. Maybe he'll cast this one. Inquisition.
Sure. Oh, yeah, that's just a hand of gas. And you can't play any of it.
Well, I mean, none of it does anything. Except the Hangerback Walker.
I mean, it all does a lot if you don't have a Collector Roof.
Yeah.
It's a very proactive hand. It's the kind of hand that makes a big ballista very quickly.
So I guess the thought is here. What is the best thing to take if he draws a land next turn? Probably Hangerback Walker, right?
Yeah, because that gets him the most value.
Relic?
I don't think it's Relic, but okay.
All Relic does is make your clock smaller.
Which you could then
Which doesn't matter.
regrow. Like you can make your clock fast again.
Yeah.
It's whatever. He can't cast anything anyway, so I guess like the heads up play there is he can't cast any of it, so I'm just gonna keep banking that. Scoops it up.
Yep.
Alrighty. I'm not saying this is why I played 2 Dismembers, but what I'm saying is this is why I played 2 Dismembers.
Collector Roof is just everywhere now.
Yeah, like Blister Hangerback, I could see that too.
Yeah. I like taking Hangerback because it'll still make its tokens even if it even with Collector Roof in play. So it's just going to stall you a bunch of turns. And if you want to end it as quickly as possible, just get Hangerback out of there.
Ravager will be a 2/2 if you can play it. You can deal with that. You should cascade into more cool things. Assassin's Trophy. Yeah, that's the other thing is that I don't need colored mana to play my Dismember. I can just play it. I'm still all about the Assassin's Trophy.
You know, looking at his sideboard hand, or his pile of cards there in his sideboard, I kind of like Plague Engineer here.
Oh, it's very good.
Yeah,
it's very good.
I'm surprised you didn't board it in.
It's hit or miss. If they have Hardened Scales, Plague Engineer has 0 text, and if they don't, it literally is a board wipe all the time.
That's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true. You can name like
servos.
You can name servos, even if they have Hardened Scales in play. You can name servos. Same thing with thing with Thopters.
Thopters, super good. Yeah, Plague Engineer is a good card. That was a very... Thank you, R&D. That was a good one. Game 3. You got 5 rounds tonight, probably?
Should be, yeah.
Is round 3?
Yes.
Trucking right along.
Yes. What is happening here?
The bottom half of his like hand of stuff he flipped up and revealed a Maelstrom Portals.
Oh, okay.
I think they're just deciding like how would you like to do this? And I think Corey was like, "Are you gonna draw it next?" And he went, "No." And he goes, "I don't care then."
Plague Engineers have been good in this matchup from my experience. Yeah, like I haven't done much testing or like seen it, but I'm just thinking like in theory I could see them being great.
Peeperino.
Yep.
What do we got here, boys?
Corey's gonna mull.
Mulligan. This looks like a hand of 4 lands, a Plague Engineer, not a Plague Engineer, I'm sorry, a Fulminator Mage. Is that Scavenging Ooze?
Yes,
And
I
a
think
Renin
so.
6. This seems fine. Not the kind of interaction it wants to be doing.
I'm like slightly surprised that Ooze is in post board. I feel like you have a lot of things you're boarding in, and Ooze is like kind of medium here.
Your 1/1 counters versus my 1/1 counters.
Yeah.
See who gets there first.
Renin 6 isn't bad here. If they don't have Hardened Scales in play, it can just minus to kill like most of their
Everything,
creatures.
yeah.
Corey looking at his mulligan to 6. Looks like Chris is kept.
I would probably keep that hand too.
Yeah, it's fine. You got Fulminator Mage to cover the Inkmoth plan. Renin 6 potentially as disruption. Scavenging Ooze is just a body. Seems fine.
Corey's just lucky and his opponent does not have the turn 1 hand eating spell.
Yep. Alright, turn 1 scales. So we'll see how fast his start is here. Oh, he does have that Inquisition. He just top decked it. So now we get to
So what do you pick?
get a look at what Corey's working with here.
Some good stuff.
Ballista Trophy Animation Module Land. I kind of lean towards taking Ballista.
Animation module is bad without stuff to play into it.
Actually,
Yeah.
Okay, he takes Trophy. I
Yeah,
don't know
because
if-
that's his only answer to his next follow-up threat, and everything else is, it's okay. What do you just draw? You draw another ballista? That'd be pretty sweet. You're gonna have to start killing yourself a lot here, which is gonna suck.
Yeah, he's going to damage himself quite a bit. I guess he's thinking. Does he want to play a 2/2 Ballista? Yeah, that's the line he chooses. That seems fine. It's not going to feel good if Chris has some removal, but I don't think he does. So, unfortunate.
He's got 2 Fulminator Mages in hand. Ooh, that could be bad.
No way to grow this Ballista yet either, actually. Not enough mana, so for now, Chris is fine. It's just going to be a 2/2 for a couple turns. Alright, fetching basic force to preserve his life total. No real need to get a shock land here. You do need to hit double black for Liliana in this deck, but he has more fetches in hand.
Did you see that just now?
No.
There was a fly on the table, and
Oh,
Corey
it's
knocked
gone
it
now.
off with the die. And you see it zoom
If
on.
Corey doesn't draw land, he's going to have a hard time. Very true. Double Fulminator Mage is no joke.
He's just going to return a land. I guess, because otherwise you're just going to lose Ren.
I mean, he's going to lose it anyway, right? If he wants to cash in the Ballista, he can just attack and then shoot it. I don't know that he's going to do that, though. Probably not.
He's also got Assassin's Trophy in hand currently.
Yeah,
So
drew a
that's-
second
that is
one
a good
after
answer.
Inquisition took the last one.
This seems fine then.
All
Get
right.
your value out now. Swing into... Where are you swinging, Corey? Into the man himself. All right. All right. Here's my thing about Canopy lands is, one of my testing is, when you draw one, you draw both, and then you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Very often.
Hmm.
I've kept Canopy hands like, oh, I hope he's not playing mono red, and then they are.
This is kind of awkward now because, like, he has 2 Scavenging Oozes and 2 Fulminator Mages, and Fulminator Mage, like, doesn't do a whole lot. It cuts him off from casting more stuff, but, like, he has 4 power in play, and Chris has no blockers, so it's already kind of scary. We're going to fetch again. I would assume getting a basic swamp. Assuming he has a second one in the deck. Yep.
Bam.
This way he's able to get some more value out of plussing Ren and 6 here.
The incremental advantage of not having Painlands is gone because you fetch every turn.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's fine. This is the format we live in.
Fulminator
Seems
Mage
fine.
plus.
Get this land.
Yep. Pass.
What about it?
All right. So he's looking at 2 animation modules now, plus a trophy.
Well, that trophy actually makes it pretty sweet to try and like outplay the Fulminator Mage itself.
What, like, so
So,
he
like,
can't, so he can't block with it and save Ren and 6 here?
No, he could definitely do that, but if he goes like, all right, I'm going to get your land, you're like, all right, but I'm still going to have a land.
What do you mean?
What are you doing here?
Doesn't he have pulse? No. Not as far as I know.
Not as far as I don't know. Okay.
What just happened
They
there?
just traded the 2/2 Ballista for the 2/2 Fulminator Mage. That was the exchange. I don't like it either.
Okay.
Exactly. It was interesting to say the least.
He didn't even.
Well, I
like,
guess in
shoot him with
retrospect,
the...
like if he tries to blow it up, he could try and just cycle the land too and just draw another card. So Fulminator Mage is actually kind of bad in this scenario. Not terrible. I like the card. Just drawing another Hardened
Second
Scales.
Scales.
What do you do? I feel like you just keep leaving mana open. Lands are friends. Yes, they are.
He's thinking over this real hard.
Yeah. This is my favorite position as a Hardened Scales player, when I just actually have little to no interaction or nothing at all, and I'm just going to sit here and pretend like I don't.
All right, second Scales.
See what you do.
Drops down to 14. And animation module drops down to 13.
Seems good.
Yeah, he's got to find a third land, though. Okay, yeah, that's pretty rough.
This is bad.
Does he shoot Chris? Probably, right?
I would think. Because then if you, I mean, man, now it's all topsy-turvy. Have a thing when I don't. You're correct.
He's going to shoot Ren in 6.
Okay. And one at Chris. And then he's going to blow up a land.
Yeah, I mean, we already know he has threats to back that up. He can just play Scavenging Ooze here. He can play 2 Scavenging Oozes if he wants. Not a whole lot of green mana to work with here for the Scavenging Ooze. Scoos eat a thing, probably. Is that better than just playing another Ooze, though?
Hard to say. He just has lands and scoozes? Is that the hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fetch. Down to 10.
Man, could you imagine if people were doing something ridiculous, like trying to get back straight mines with running 6? That would just be, that would be too good.
Not in this format.
Not in this format.
People are doing that,
I
just
know.
not here.
It's just so ridiculous to me. Formats go through times you're like, why would anyone play this format? I feel like this is that time for Legacy, when people are trying to wasteland you literally every turn.
Ren, OP, and Legacy. Yeah,
Yeah.
earlier today, we were watching
John DeSor too. He's just like, yeah, that card's OP in Legacy.
Earlier today, we were watching the team event on the screen out in the store, and we were watching some guy loop Wasteland with Ren and 6, and his opponent just couldn't do anything.
Ew. This is what we got going. He did find another mana source. So you know that he's got that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, we've
Still got nothing to do with the mana, but
eat this creature, put a counter on it, gain a life.
yep, Bloodbraid Elf is a good top deck. That's got to be the play here.
Oh,
Nope.
Seems good.
Trophy, huh?
I guess, yeah, there's nothing
Yeah,
worth
not really
trophying.
interested in
everything-
giving him another land for no
Either
reason.
get the Opal, give him a land, get
He is-
one of the things he already has another of.
He has redundant scales and redundant animation module. Might as well just not care. Swing in for 6. Put him to 6, leave him dead on board.
We have an Evolutionary Leap and
And trophy.
Trophy.
I mean, trophy leaves him alive for one more turn. That's all it does.
I mean, maybe that's it.
That's the best.
You got
he can
two
do.
Hardened scales in play. Think about what could happen.
It's the best he can do right now. I mean, yeah, there are a bunch of draws in his deck that are good.
He just
but
says, nah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
good games, Corey. Good game, Chris. Alrighty. Turn 1 Delver and turn 2 Ren into turn. Is that why they're playing Temur? I kept seeing Temur lists. And I'm like, why is that what they're doing? But that actually makes a lot of sense.
4-color stuff in Legacy. Animation module really underwhelming.
Yeah, I
here.
agree. Usually it's actually a very good card for this matchup because you get to either make a bunch of chumpers or you get to make your walk or Arcbound Ravager huge really quick. But I agree. It was very, very underperforming here.
I think in general, against removal heavy